because your ulti is global, their ultis are meant to kill you. And obviously, not exactly the same. Hey, Corki is there.
Yeah.
Well, with the Corki locked in, I actually think that is Bjergsen's first Corki all year long.
And that's affected them. And TSM just was a little bit late there. Couldn't actually decide whether they wanted to stop the Braum or not. And Yellowstar in trouble.
He's hooked, and he goes down. Doesn't even flash. Knew he was done for, I guess. And first blood goes over to Amazing. I think maybe he could have flashed out on that one.
He didn't have time to flash. He was hooked straight into a cocoon and then dead. And that means that there's a lot of CS denial going down after an early lead. But here we go, gold card.
Yeah, gold card onto Bjergsen. Pops that cleanse right away, pops a flash as well. So gets out of it at the cost of 2 summoner spells. A little bit more careful. We'll see what they've got in mind. Meanwhile, Amazing getting a little bit caught here. Oh boy, could be bad. Gets out, gets to the Krugs. Thank you, Krugs. Krugs MVP.
Yeah, and they were trying to motion down towards that side of the map. PowerOfEvil had just hit 6. There's the ultimate coming through.
The grand challenge being laid down, and Soaz has no choice but to accept. Hauntzer taking a lot of tower damage and has to back away. Mithy caught in the mix, and Amazing and PowerOfEvil, they're on the side. They're going to get Doublelift as well. An important pick-off. Mithy flashing forward as well. He wants to try and catch on, but he may have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew. He attempts to flay back on Svenskeren, but it's not going to be enough.
Man, Mithy flashed over that wall, and he was like, I immediately regret this decision.
Well, you have no cooldowns left to use. So, yeah, flashing not exactly the best idea right there, but they still are able to drive that minion wave into the top turret.
On the Elise, but worked out. Svenskeren slowed down by the pillar. Soaz trying to escape, has to flash, taking a lot of damage here. TSM wants to dive. Nice kick from Svenskeren. And as you can see, another kill for TSM, even things up. But Origin responding with a turret. Hasn't been as bad as, you know, like the RNG game earlier, I suppose.
I guess. Well,
I mean,
I think the
so
bar
he's got that going for him anyway.
Here we go.
Teleport coming in. Looks like PowerOfEvil is going to come in there onto Hauntzer. Flash, bite. Hauntzer pops the ultimate riposte. And will he be able to get out? Just barely. Wow, I'm a little bit surprised PowerOfEvil kind of walked right into that one.
Well, he knew the riposte was coming, and he got stunned. He got stunned by his own gold card.
Yeah, went for it anyway. Fate's Call. Brings Mithy back in. Zven gets kicked out, though. Doublelift all over him. Can they get the kill? Exhaust. Mithy pulls his AD carry back in. The culling doesn't connect. There's a nice knockup from Yellowstar. Sets up that kill for Bjergsen. TSM winning that one.
They're trying to gank for Soaz, but it just isn't working. And
what happened to Doublelift here?
More TPs.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so it's PowerOfEvil. Okay, so the key
that one
is
worked.
Soaz has to TP to PowerOfEvil and not the other way around. That's the way you line up. Also, you don't do it on Fiora, who can block your stuff. I don't know what this Trundle is supposed to do.
Well, hook onto Yellowstar, gets pulled into the box there, throws up the shield, takes a bit of damage. Twisted Fate might be coming in. There he is. Twisted Fate gets the gold card. Nope. All right, they're going to get the kill on the Yellowstar anyway.
On that sort of river area, he's getting back with his team quickly now. Soaz can cleanse that one straight off, and he goes to fight on towards Hauntzer, who's trying to get out.
Oh, time to TP away. Should be able to make it. Yep, gets over to the mid lane.
Was fading up into that top side of the map, and now everyone pinging around this Baron right here. This could be a bit of a danger.
Surely.
That is a 21-minute Baron being attempted by Origin right now. That's really dangerous. Looking for a fight. I don't know if they can quite take it.
No, they're just intercepting the minion waves. So they can't
Whoa,
push.
amazing flash cocoon onto Bjergsen. Culling used immediately to push Origin back again. That was a bit of an overly ambitious play, or was it? Here comes Soaz with the pillar, slowing nearly all of TSM. Yellowstar stopped up for just a moment. Origin trying to work their way into this fight. They grab Yellowstar. He's going to get taken down. Zven, and there's a Fate's Call. Doublelift in trouble. Nice play as he tries to dash out of it. That's 2 kills already for Origin. And TSM on the run. Bjergsen looking for a kill. Gets 1 before he's eliminated from the fight.
Yes, they actually did win that fight, but the execution just looks off. They burned Flash for basically no reason, and now another pick gonna come through.
Yeah, PowerOfEvil coming in, gets the gold card down onto Hauntzer. Easy pick for Origin.
Has the Iceborne Gauntlet completed. There's another form of crowd control to lock him down so that they can actually kill him.
Cocoon into hook. Svenskeren in a lot of trouble. Gets flayed back again. Teleport coming in for Origin as well. Amazing, just trying to slow up TSM. PowerOfEvil comes in with the TP, but finds nobody to gold card. Meanwhile, Soaz doing work on that tier 2 turret down in bot lane.
And he's going to force Hauntzer to come towards him again. Hauntzer should definitely be respecting this one a little bit more, but Soaz does have to back away here. He's a bit deep.
I mean, he knows that PowerOfEvil can't come in on him right now. Hauntzer may have found a duel he can win. We'll see if he can do it. Meanwhile, a fight over by the Baron pit. Bjergsen backing away, back to the fight in bot lane. Hauntzer takes it, but I mean, you'd have to expect he'd win that 1v1, and without PowerOfEvil to come and support Soaz, there's really, nothing stopping Hauntzer from doing that, is there?
Then nothing going to happen, and Soaz here doing what he can, but ulted really late too, actually. And then the all-in comes through.
Yeah.
Also should know what windows he has now to actually be able to aggress towards Soaz if he's split pushing. Given, of course, that PowerOfEvil's been using an ultimate off cooldown to get there. So we'll see if he can time that properly.
All right, well, here comes the ultimate from PowerOfEvil. We'll see if they can make anything out of it. Amazing tries to get in there. Yellowstar completely caught. Bjergsen firing the rockets, but there's a kill already for Origin. Meanwhile, PowerOfEvil gets one before Doublelift gets the exchange kill. Bjergsen can do a lot of damage if he comes in from the side like this. They need to be careful. They're taking quite a bit.
I mean, Zven
Baron getting lower. Doublelift right there. Sven Svenskeren goes in by himself, gets taken down. TSM in a little bit of trouble now. Pillar slows up Bjergsen and Doublelift. Fate's Call brings in the Thresh who gets taken down, but they did get the knockup at Doublelift. That was enough. Bjergsen on the disengage now.
So they turn and get the kills.
Okay.
And continue to move forward at least with some sort of advantage. As Fiora comes back up, Zven gonna take a peek right now.
Whoa! PowerOfEvil got the dragon. Well, that works.
Wild card.
Whoops. it was a bit wild.
Speed of pushing is just so much faster on TSM.
PowerOfEvil coming in, gold card and Doublelift. That's a lot of damage, but man, that Lucian can do a lot in return. Culling, not quite enough, but it was close. I feel like we've seen each team play a little bit safer in the last minute or two. I'm trying to make a point, but Mithy doesn't want to let me. Fate's Call pulls him to safety, throws him right back in onto Svenskeren. Nice Braum ultimate. It does end up saving Svenskeren. Gets TSM the kill onto Mithy, actually. TSM pushing down this mid lane now. They get a slow onto amazing. Hauntzer really wants a bit more action, but that's all they're going to get for now. It was a mediocre challenge, wasn't it? Yellowstar zoning out as TSM tries to take this Baron. A bit of a risky move. Svenskeren is low. Origin comes in. Wildcard's not going to do it a second time. Sorry, PowerOfEvil. Baron gets taken by TSM, and Amazing decides to donate his body to science. TSM will examine it and be like, yeah, pretty much a jungler we've been beating all game. Okay.
Miss Hauntzer is here to stop recalls and actually clear out the wave. They're going to try and kill him. Actually, he might die.
Yeah, he will.
Die.
Okay, well, all right.
Bought some time, though.
For the greater good.
4 players now going to be bearing down for TSM. They've got Baron buff, and this should be enough for OG to respect this and respond. They're going to get an inhibitor here. It's very unlikely Soaz is going to get too much more than an inhibitor turret. PowerOfEvil now, they're going to try and delay the backs, of course. They're going to let that troll belt away at the tower for as long as possible, but he's going to back away.
Doesn't work very well.
He has no damage.
Yeah.
There is no Hydra on this Trundle. He's got the Sheen, but it's going to be slow moving. They're going to buy a lot of time, and it's not enough.
The package brings Bjergsen in all over Soaz, and Soaz lumbering away, flashing over the wall. Rocket doesn't connect. Svenskeren chasing. The Wolves want a piece of this too.
Do you know who has no magic resist?
Who?
It's Soaz.
You're right. Get anyone in a position that can be followed up on. Hauntzer may be in trouble here, PowerOfEvil. Oh, wow, yeah, that riposte is pretty good.
It's so easy to do that. It's so easy.
You can see it coming a mile away.
Yeah, you literally see a gold card above TF's head, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to push E and aim it at you right now.
Smack the W key.
Tough decision.
It's not a fast-moving projectile, easy as you like. But Svenskeren is caught by a hook here. Going to be caught up for a little bit longer, but Culling comes out. Mithy going very, very low. Fate's Call required to keep him even alive, and now TSM come forward.
Yeah, that's right. Hauntzer coming up, getting taken down, though. Maze gets the kill. Whoa! Svenskeren goes on the crazy spider ride, and he can't quite get the kill before they get back to Fountain. Whoops. Does mean that it will be a second inhibitor in favor of TSMO, except that it wasn't going to be it because they couldn't do enough damage. Oh well.
I think Svenskeren definitely wants to get off Mr. Spider as well.
I think so too. Went on the crazy spider ride. That's may sound fun at the state fair, but not so much in League of Legends.
I don't know if that even sounds fun at the state fair, Noah.
What state would have the crazy spider? It's got to be Florida.
Yes,
never mind.
clearly.
I answered my own question there.
Brilliant.
All right. A lot of crazy spider rides too, huh?
You have no idea. It's become a meme. Every time I chat to someone, they go, you got spiders in Australia. But the reality is, yes, you just get used to them and they don't bother you so much anymore. You know which ones can kill you, you know which ones can't.
Well, Origin bothering TSM a little bit. Looks like they may claim this middle inhibitor. And they will. What? I heard there's an inhibitor in mid lane with no health.
What inhibitor?
That one. Yep.
And also nobody to defend it.
Yeah. And then move up towards Baron, probably.
It's just a retreat right here, and the lantern is really what does it.
Get ready. Here it comes.
Oh,
here it comes.
baby. So he's going to actually rappel over to the lantern, and there's the second kill. Of course, the shield there blocking some of that damage. Svenskeren just gets trapped on the side.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hello.
Actually, it's a nice daily on the recall. They already sent 2 people home, and this is going to be a fight here. They need to fight this one. PowerOfEvil going to be coming in. They want to box them in. They know it's a 3v5.
And 2 fronts. PowerOfEvil gets blocked very, very quickly. Lisa Trade comes back in as Zven. Will get Svenskeren, who kind of was caught up on the wrong side there as well. So again, he gets caught out. But now Soaz as well. What's he doing? Surrounded by Hauntzer and Doublelift, but they're going to be forced back. At least amazing. Zven are also there. Yellowstar is way out of the action right now. And oh my lord, Doublelift just gets eviscerated.
Man, I feel like TSM trying to disengage. We'll see if they can pick off Hauntzer. Origin still chasing. There's the play. Hauntzer in a lot of trouble now. Repulse, but it's not going to end up getting him.
TP to the mid lane. So it's actually just TP'd straight into mid. They're going to try and end right here.
Tried to make him when they really should have been backing off. Wow, Bjergsen goes for the 1v4. That's brave. Soaz gets low. Rocket does some damage, and I suppose if you don't want the other team to end you, you bring it out there. Okay, pause. All right. Oh, deep breath. Let's take stock of what's going on. Yellowstar coming up too. A lot of low health members for Origin right now. TP coming in. We'll see if PowerOfEvil can make a difference. But man, they're getting low. Yellowstar gets grabbed. Baron is low too. Svenskeren coming in. Can he get it? Baron goes over to Origin. But will they lose anybody because of this? TSM with the 3v5. I cannot believe that Bjergsen didn't finish anyone off there. Push lanes up, but look at this. Doublelift caught a little bit, and he may be in big trouble. Yellowstar coming from behind gets slowed. They've still got the tier 2 to protect him, but it's not enough. Doublelift just went way too far up that bottom lane.
Close to OG's base. 2 had already backed, and they managed to interrupt it. So this is TSM now trying to get themselves back in it. Hauntzer going to chase down Amazing. There's not much you can do, really. Grand challenge out. He doesn't even need the help, but he might be collapsed on himself.
Yeah, he definitely will be. Hauntzer not going to be able to make it out of that one. So trading kill for kill, but that's not what TSM wants right now.
Well, especially their top lane split pusher for a jungler. That is not a good trade whatsoever.
Well, they may lose their inhibitor turret here. They don't quite have the minion wave at the moment, and actually there's a little while before that next wave shows up. So TSM getting a little bit of breathing room for Doublelift to come back. Not going to save their turret though, but maybe it'll save the inhibitor. No, probably not.
No, there's a Lich Bane. They're going to have to fall back and give up an objective, or they're going to have to engage.
Yeah. We'll see that inhibitor very, very low. Doublelift has to cleanse out of that gold card.
Nicely done.
Give Origin just enough time to finish that one off. Meanwhile, Soaz taking out the top lane inhibitor turret. Almost.
Surely they fight.
Yeah, they get it. And they're going to fight. Svenskeren coming in, tries to get onto Zven. Zven hopping away, trying to get to safety. Soaz getting the back lines as well. Yellowstar protecting his mid laner. Svenskeren tries to get back to his team, can't quite do it. Here comes Hauntzer from behind though, but he's getting zoned a bit by PowerOfEvil, and TSM has to call off the engage. Now they're on the retreat. That cocoon nearly hit Doublelift too. That would have been disaster, and it still is kind of disastrous for TSM right now. Origin pushing towards that inhibitor. TSM coming back in though.
Yeah, they've got to fight now. They've got no other choice, but Doublelift is just deleted, and Bjergsen on the backside has to deal with Mithy. He's just going to sweep him aside. Zven is in the mix. He picks up a kill. Bjergsen trying to make things happen there. He has to cleanse off a dead Thresh's death sentence, and of course, the rest of his team are nowhere to be found. Hauntzer has to come straight back in, but this might be it. This might be OG pushing forward. Make it a game 3, why don't you?
Well, Hauntzer, Bjergsen, the last line of defense between an Origin win and them going in. Bjergsen finally gets caught, and it looks like it's just going to be a bit too much for TSM to deal with. Hauntzer doing everything he can, but I don't think he can win this one. And it looks like Origin's going to tie up the series. GG.